All right, good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Morning Buzz. I'm your host, Michael, and I'm joined by Mr. P today and Bria on the boards. Good morning, everyone. How are you?
Good.
Good,
Very good. Very good. Thank you.
Kind of a nasty day out. Feels like 30 right now, 38 right now, but the high is 44. We see some showers in the vicinity, so definitely not the day you want to go outside without some kind of jacket. But we'll have more about that later. Okay, let's talk about what's going on with the Clippers owner, Don Sterling. Los Angeles Clippers owner Donald Sterling has been banned for life by the NBA in response to racist comments the league says he made in a recorded conversation. NBA Commissioner Adam Silver said he will try to force the controversial owner to sell his franchise. Sterling was also fined $2.5 million, and Silver made no effort to hide his outrage over the comments. He said, "I fully expect to get the support I need from the other NBA owners to remove him." The rebuke, which came 3 days after the scandal broke, is the harshest penalty ever issued by the league and one of the stiffest punishments ever given to an owner in professional sports. Silver said a league investigation found the NBA's longest tenured owner was in fact the person on the audio tapes released over the weekend. So very interesting. A lifetime ban here. They have to get all the other owners to agree to vote him out, which Silver says he's pretty confident about. This is a touchy subject because
it was a private conversation.
It was a private conversation.
Start off, but it is a situation which I think Adam Silver did the right thing.
Right.
I mean, he didn't go halfway with it. Mm-hmm. He went hard line.
Right.
And it needed that.
Right.
But I definitely think the ex-girlfriend, I'm sure right now, of Sterling
right.
Set this up.
I think so, too, because I was listening to the audio tapes. I heard them Monday.
Right.
And they just sounded very stilted to me.
Yeah.
Not exactly on his part, because there was some profanity on his part and things like that, but on her part, her grammar was perfect, and I don't doubt that that's not the way she speaks, but it just sounded like it was scripted.
Right. And I think this decision was swift and it was decisive, and he's had a history of this, though Adam Silver said that his history had nothing to do with this decision.
Right.
But I think the owners will vote, maybe unanimously, to get rid of him. But it was a private conversation.
Absolutely.
But I imagine his girlfriend recorded it. I don't know who else could have. So this leads me to believe it was a setup.
And then she leaked it to TMZ, which I'm sure gave her a lot of money for that. She's making a big buck off of this, which unfortunately is the other side of the story. I'd first like to say no way do I agree with his viewpoints at all. I think they're outrageous, they're awful, outdated. Not outdated, they were never in date. They were never good views, but in no way do I agree with them. But this does bring up the argument, and I've already heard it, freedom of speech. Yeah. Can you ban someone for having an opinion and expressing it? It is freedom of expression. It is freedom of speech. And that's the other side of the argument I heard. It's an interesting story.
I guess if you're an owner of a club, you're held to a different standard.
Right.
And, I think his girlfriend wanted to make this public because she knew his feelings on a lot of things.
Exactly.
And she wanted to get this out, and so he could lose his ball club.
Yeah.
And he shouldn't be an owner. Let's face it.
No.
He should not be an owner of a club. He's going to make a lot of money off of this anyhow. If they sell it, the Clippers will probably draw, at least $800 million worth of interest. I think that what they're saying is now the Clippers' value is skyrocketed because of this. So he's going to make out. but he shouldn't be in an ownership position. And I'm glad the commissioner took the hard line. He needed to, and
yeah, we'll
hopefully the owners will vote soon.
We'll see if there's any rebuttal
I'm sure there will
from
be.
Sterling, what happens. But let me make this whole process, and let me clear up the process of actually voting him out a little more comprehensive, okay? 3/4 of the owners of the 30 NBA teams would have to agree to force an owner to sell. He did not, Silver didn't lay out any detailed timetable for action, but the league would start using its advisory finance committee to bring the issue to the owners immediately. As of Tuesday evening, last night, more than 20 of the NBA's 30 teams had issued statements of support for Silver. But whether that would translate into a vote to push out the fellow owner wasn't certain. But what we see here, 3/4 owners of the NBA teams would have to vote him out. And already we see more than 20 of the NBA's. So that's obviously a 3/4 majority right there. But like Silver said, we don't know how that will go onto paper, translate onto paper, if they actually vote that way or not. But we're just going to have to see what happens. It's not a funny story, but it certainly is an entertaining story. This old guy with this young, beautiful woman, and he happens to make racist comments.
First of all, I don't understand why would you not want African Americans to come to your game, but then again, your girlfriend is black and Mexican. What doesn't
because
make
he's
any sense
an
either,
old
you know?
Old racist guy. That's he was brought up in a time where those were the values that were pounded into him, and those are the things he's still bringing with him today. He's ignorant.
You know what? I think he's confused in some ways. He does, as Bria said, he has a black Mexican girlfriend. He hired a black coach with Doc Rivers, who's San Diego. He was friendly with Magic Johnson, so he's confused. I think he's conflicted, but as you said, he's got some of these old cultural things he talks about. I don't know where he's coming from, but he does not. That does not belong in any segment of our society, and certainly not in the NBA.
Right. No, I agree. This like I said, it has been very entertaining to follow, and we will certainly keep everyone up to date on this.
Bria, we haven't really heard too much from you. Why don't you weigh in a little bit more on this situation?
You know what? Magic Johnson, he was saying, like, it's ridiculous. Like, he wants him out. Like, everybody wants him out. Like, a lot of celebrities made, like, viral videos of the subject and what's going on with the issue and stuff, and they're not too pleased with it either. I mean, come on. Like, it's 2014, the 21st century. Get over it. We have a African-American president, yes, you know, so just deal with it. Like,
It's saying that maybe Magic Johnson and his group will become the new owners of the Clippers once they might just swoop in and take it over.
So at this point, it's just a matter of either voting him out or buying him out.
Well, they got to do both. They're going to vote. They're going to vote him out,
he's going to sell the team, right? Yeah. Does he have any recourse if owners vote him out? Yes, he would go to court, and honestly, that's what it looks like it would end up at.
Probably will go.
It probably will go to court.
Appeal it, and it might take months for it actually to happen. But let's face it, the season will be over. In a couple of weeks when the playoffs. So by this time, when the NBA season starts back up in October, he should be out of the league. You know.
And the question is, you know, if he did go to court, would he win? Legal analyst Jeffrey Toobin said the odds of Sterling winning a case seem basically zero. This is not the government enforcing a penalty. This is not something where you have the Constitution involved. This is simply a contract, he said. There is a contract between all the owners and the NBA, and the powers of the commissioner and the power of the other owners are laid out there. So
I'm sorry. You know, you can't feel sorry for the guy.
No, certainly not.
He's going to make a lot of money one way or the other. He's a multi-billionaire. A lot of people say he's made his money on as being a slumlord in L.A. And he has a history of kind of racist comments and stuff like this for the last 30 years. And there's no place for this, and especially an owner of a franchise at NBA. He should be gone.
Some people like know this, or if they do, but like the owner of the Clippers, or Donald Sterling, whatever, he owns like houses. I think he owns houses, like properties.
Yeah, he does.
And he says that, well, they say it's hard for African Americans to get in. It's rare, and it's hard for us and Spanish people as well too. Yeah. And I think that's actually pretty messed up.
No, it is, of course.
In that area of LA, I think. But I just hope they vote him out as the owner.
I think they will. I don't know if it'll be unanimous or not, but I think they'll get 3/4 of the needed percentage.
Right.
I don't know. I don't know why if anybody does vote for him, they'll be kind of blacklisted. Can you imagine an owner who votes for him? All the sponsorships and everything of that team will probably pull out. As it is now, the Clippers, all the sponsors in the San Diego Staples Center, they all pulled out. They all have things over their advertisements.
Yeah,
so they don't want to be associated with the Clippers. And once economics gets into it at this scale, you can't. It's like a tidal wave. You can't fight it really.
Right.
Economic lifeblood. Not only was I think Adam Silver worried about the ownership, he was worried about the NBA. Period. If the NBA did not take strong action here, a lot of people would have pulled out. A lot of sponsors would pull out, and the NBA would be on shaky ground financially. That's the way I look at it, and I think he took that into consideration. But here's a guy that had Elgin Baylor. Anybody know who Elgin Baylor was?
No.
You don't know? He was a great Laker. He was all-star Laker forward. He became the general manager of San Diego Clippers. And it's, I don't, this guy is confused, he's confused.
This is what I just read. This is breaking news right now.
Yeah.
This woman, Steviano, right? The woman who recorded what happened, she just said she was never his mistress and was never in a romantic relationship with Sterling.
Right.
But I did listen to the phone conversations, and they did talk about having to end what they have. It's really weird. Something's really off here.
Well, the guy's 80 years old, so
and
you may
30.
not be. She's 30.
And she's not quick to come out and say she had a romantic relationship.
Yeah, I don't know if they had
a
romantic or he was even.
For the money.
For the money, and that's what it really looks like.
It is. The guy's a billionaire. It's all like,
This isn't a cut and dry, black and white story here.
No.
I feel like there's a lot of ulterior motives playing at the situation. And it'll be interesting to see how it further develops.
And she's going to probably put a book out. They say that she's going to make the TV circuit.
Yeah.
She'll be all over the talk shows. Gosh. And, we'll see how, Michael, very good. We'll see how this plays out because there's more to this story than
this is going to be interesting.
Right now, he's the ultimate villain.
Right.
But everybody's not going to come out roses on this either.
No, I have a feeling they certainly will. Well, folks, you will hear it all here at WHITradio.org. That'll do it for today, but make sure you tune in with us later this week. Thanks, guys.